Big Boar Barbecue presents Seven Rivers Racing with Dan Diker and Billy Doc Niles. Today's program is brought to you by Big Boar Barbecue on Highway 16 West Salem and downtown La Crosse. Big Boar Barbecue, now that's a mouthful. By Carey Heating and Air Conditioning, your residential specialists on La Crosse's north side. By Pizza Hut in La Crosse and Winona. Pizza Hut. Now here's Dan with this week's show.
Hi, race fans. Big Boar Barbecue presents Seven Rivers Racing KQEG TV. I actually should have a throat lozenge sponsor as well. Coming off of the 40th annual Oktoberfest Slopfest Race Mud Weekend, I'm Dan Diker. Billy Doc Niles, I think he got stuck hauling trucks or something in Iowa, so the Burning Rubber Race Report man, Paul Riker, is going to join us in the program. For the next 3 weeks, nothing but Oktoberfest. We're going to have champions in the program, and we're going to be replaying a lot of the different races that we did get to see from Saturday and Sunday, and that's a lot of racing we jammed into 2 different nights. And we're going to start things off with a guy that was on my very first program 7 years ago. I couldn't be more proud of him for his accomplishment on Saturday night of Oktoberfest, and that would be champion Bad Brad Warthan. How are you, buddy?
Not too bad. How are you, Dan?
Has this soaked in yet?
How you doing, Paul? Pretty good.
Is this soaked in?
Yeah, it has.
Dude, this is huge.
Yeah, you know, last year I got pretty lucky, and I thought we had a really good car, and this year was just to be totally unexpected. I mean, to be running in the Saturday night GNSS with the likes of Dave Truitt, Jason Stark, Scott Luck, Jason Toma. I mean, you know, that's a pretty stout field every year at Oktoberfest.
After the rumor was how the lacrosse guys were boycotting Saturday night, you were pretty much to run Saturday night because we got rained out on Thursday night. And we're going to do some history. You know, throughout the year, we've been dinging stuff off of the brain Paul Reichert over here. And Brad gave me some info last night that I had to really stop and think about, that we're going to drill his way here and see if he can figure out what it is here in a couple of moments. First up, let's recap the 2017 race season for Bad Brad Warthan. We sat right here doing the radio show. I said he was one of the dark horses to win the championship this year with Bachman and Clement's name put in there. Man, you were all so close. Or Humfeld, I should say. Humfeld and Bachman.
It's that car, isn't it?
It is. I do that with the late models up there, too. That close, man.
I think we come within 16. We gained a little bit on him in qualifying. We were 4th on Thursday night, and Randy qualified 8th. You know, I knew going into the night that, you know, there was the one chance of it happening. And I can't remember what he said in the exhibition hall afterwards, but he said that he had to finish, I think, 13th or better if I had won Thursday night for him to lock it up.
And that was a field of 29 cars.
Yeah.
Ooh, man.
I mean, so it was definitely possible.
It is, because you're mid-pack through that many. I mean, that was the big thing around the campgrounds. Diker, how many people are starting the GNSS? 29. They better have extra wreckers. So Randy having to stay, I mean, obviously he wants to go for the win, but if you got that many cars, and this thing was star-studded. The whole field was, man, from the pole sitter to the one in the back row. The whole thing was star-studded. 13th was not a guarantee.
No, and you know, I mean, it was one of the stoutest fields that I honestly remember seeing at Oktoberfest. The only two...
I think that was one of the stoutest fields of Sportsmen I've ever called.
I do remember not seeing Freight Train Brett Kane and Jorgensen.
Brett had a wedding on Saturday and had his uncle passed away last week, so he had a funeral on Friday and had a wedding on Saturday, but he said he is going to be back in 2018. But yeah, you talk about the biggest names out there. Those were the two that were not there to complete one of the largest sportsman's fields I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Could you imagine all those drivers running across every Saturday night?
Man, could you imagine how stout that would honestly be?
Wow.
You would not know who is going to be the winner. And
no, on any given night.
No.
Yeah, that would be simply amazing. And you know, we saw the late models numbers tilt upwards this year. Rumor has it we're going to see it tilt up again next year with some returning, some new, some Minnesota. So we could really see a good field there. And hopefully the Sportsmen guys that were there for Oktoberfest race weekend liked what they had. and are going to come back again. So that leads us to no racing on Thursday night. A really weird scenario for Friday because we were rained out. Half of Saturday was pretty well shot. And here comes the Great Northern Sportsman Series. Talk about this race right here. I mean, it didn't matter if you started on the pole. You had a lot of horsepower coming behind you and a lot of wins.
Definitely. I mean, I don't know the honest-to-God count, but I know somewhere in the top 7 there was over 50 feature wins, I bet.
And a couple of track championships.
Yeah, multiple track championships.
When was the last time you saw a feature? It doesn't matter what kind of a class it was with a lineup like that.
I don't know. That was a pretty stout field in the Great Northern Sportsman Series, and that was just wow. With all the feature wins and all the championships, man, that's front to back. Like you said, it was just impressive.
Well, we had a couple of restarts. Nothing bad. It wasn't anything major that was going on, like maybe we had figured with that many cars trying to separate themselves in the first 3 or 4 laps. I thought restart number 1 was quite interesting because Great Northern Sportsman Series, which Brad did not run this year, we were on the Delaware double-wide restart rule, which means that the leader is in the front by himself, and then it's 2x2 all the way back. Well, here comes the cone, and just when Brad's coming up, I'm figuring, okay, you know your leader's going to start down in front of the on the inside. Brad's going to jump to the outside. And as you guys got around turn 1 and 2, I looked at ARCA Midwest Tour rider Kevin Ramsler and said, I don't think Brad realizes how we restart.
You know, it was something that I didn't even think about. I'm so used to restarting double wide,
right.
You know, right up front every week with lacrosse, and I wasn't thinking about it. And I had Danny Gilster next to me, and I caught his hand waving at me. And for some reason, I looked down and I saw Freddie down over there in turn 2, and he's waving at me and going, push it back, you know. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess the leader's out front by himself. And
then all of a sudden you take off and basically untouched.
You know, I got to apologize. I got into Chris Strady a little bit on that restart. We went to pick up the throttle, and I don't know if he slipped up a little bit or what happened, but I got into him. I picked his rear tires up off the ground. He come down, and he was gone on the restart for a few car lengths.
Oh, yeah.
And I just flat-footed it right there. And I committed to the outside down into 1 and knew if I could get my drive off at 2, I was going to clear him by the time I was into 3.
And, of course, I'm going to try to find the video for Jesse. I know it's out there because I just saw it the other day that I want to play during this portion of the program. We not only had one burnout going on this side of the track with Brad Warthan winning the feature, we had another one simultaneously going on with Dave Trude, who won the Great Northern Sportsman Series. I had never seen that in my entire career at lacrosse. 2 at the same time.
You know, I looked over and I wasn't sure if Garbers was going to let us do any burnouts because of the fact that how late we were already running. I mean, it was 11:45 when we finished our feature. And I looked over and seen Dave's burning his rubber off, and I was like, you know what? I just spent $200 and some on tires for this event, and I'm going to go burn them off too.
Well, we're running out of time on the program, but our next segment, we're going to show you a good 8-minute chunk of that race that Brad Warthan won, and hopefully we got some of the burnouts going on as well. As we close out the segment, 2017, very successful for Brad Warthan. You could not have done this, that, or second place in points without some heavy sponsors.
Yeah, you know, first off, I got to thank my fiance. Without Dana there every Saturday night, I mean, she kind of keeps me in check. There's nights I come in and I'm pretty tempered, and by the time I'm out of the car, you know, she's got me a little calmed down, and we're focused. You know, we get right back on the car and focus on the project at hand. I got to thank Jordan Young. He come through. We had a rain out one night, and he had a free pass and come down and was standing around the trailer and just picked up a torque wrench one night and kind of, you know, he never left. So he was a lot of help this year, and that built into a really good friendship. Johnny O, man, without him down there every Saturday night, I don't know, with him being able to talk to me and I can tell him, you know, this is what we're going through, this is what we're doing, and we'll discuss and decide what we want to do for an adjustment, and that's when we called Derek. Man, what can I say
Derek
without
Squire's
that guy?
the man.
Yeah, I mean, he is. What can you say? Without that guy this year, I would not have what I do have or the shot at the championship. 5 feature wins, 1 being Oktoberfest, 4 fast times, and I mean, 16 points away. I mean, how much better of a season can you have after having to stub a car with 5 nights to go?
What was the last lacrosse driver to win 5 Oktoberfest features?
Oh, man.
TikTok, Paul.
God, I don't want to say sheer or...
No, lacrosse driver.
Oh, lacrosse. Oh, jeez.
Well, let's just put it this way, Paul. You're sitting next to him.
Bring him off.
I have won 2003 Thunderstock Division. I almost had 02, but we raced in the rain and I spun out with 2 to go. I won 2010 Lacrosse Oktoberfest and 00. I've won 2016 Lacrosse Speedway Sportsmen Oktoberfest. And now I've won the 2017 GNS Lacrosse.
Wow.
Bit of some history from Bad Brad Warthan. We're going to break away, but when we come back, we're going to show you exactly how he got that and that next on 7 Rivers Racing.
You don't have to fly to Kansas City to get great barbecue. Or you don't have to drive down to Des Moines to get great pulled pork too. If you want ribs, the best in town, pulled pork or chicken too, just come on down for the best food in town at Big Boar Barbecue.
Hi, this is Jerry Beyer, and I'm pleased to announce the opening of our new location. We're bringing our delicious ribs, pulled pork, and brisket to the north side of La Crosse. Now, if you live on the north side and you want delicious barbecue ribs, pulled pork, or brisket, now you'll find our Big Boar Cook Shack parked on the corner of George and Gillette Street every Wednesday through Sunday. We're just a short walk from your door. So come on over and sink your teeth into the barbecue voted best in La Crosse County. Don't forget takeout. Big Boar Barbecue. Now that's a mouthful.
Yeah.
Whatever your perfect temperature, you'll enjoy consistent comfort with the heating and air conditioning systems homeowners rank #1. American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning.
Carey Heating and Air Conditioning, your residential specialists, providing Cooley Region families with perfect indoor weather all year long. Call for your free estimate today, 608-782-0977. Have you tried the great lunch buffet at Pizza Hut? Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1:30, Pizza Hut in La Crosse and Winona offers you an all-you-can-eat lunch buffet for just $5.99. All the salad, pasta, breadsticks, and of course, delicious piping hot pizza you can eat. How about dinner? Don't get up, get online and get a large 2-topping pizza for just $7.99. It's the best pizza delivery deal at your La Crosse and Winona Pizza Hut. Call for delivery or order online. Pizza Hut.
Welcome back, Big Boar Barbecue, presenting 7 Rivers Racing KQEG TV, along with Paul Reichert. I'm Dan Diker, and Fest champion and the Great Northern Sportsman Series driver, Brad Warthan. We're going to show you his win here in a couple of minutes, but we ran short the first segment on some other sponsors you want to thank.
Yeah, I got to thank Warthan Construction. One, being myself, I got to remember that. D&D Trucking out of Sparta, Wisconsin. My cousin Dale Warthan, he helped get this new car built over the winter. I mean, he was a lot of help getting roll bars, stuff like that. When we got wrecked, I picked up 2 sponsors right there at the end of the year. I got to thank Omar's Auto Repair out of Bangor. And I got to thank Architectural Heating and Cooling out of Sparta. If you need any heating or cooling products, either get a hold of me or find Architectural Heating and Cooling on Facebook. Got to thank Tolbert Trucking. He helped get me a few tires this year. Innovative Movers. Jeff Meyer's been with me 17 years in my racing career, and I can't thank enough my mom for what she does with the kids. I mean, she makes sure that My daughters are always at the racetrack to watch me. They've seen almost every single feature win this year. So without her, I wouldn't be here being able to do what I'm able to do. So I got to thank Mom especially for that.
Talking about feature wins, here's how he got this.
The lights go off the Pischke Motors Quick Trip powered pace truck. Warthan out front by himself. Right behind, Danny Gilster, Rick Schermerhorn. Right behind them, look at that pair, Dave Trude and Chris Weber. Behind them, Chris Scrady, who started the race on the bump, and the Cross Speedway track champ, Randy Humfeld. The double deuce will bring him out of turn 4 one more time. We're back to green. And once again, Bad Brad Warthan pulls away from the field. Gilster has to settle to sit back in second, Schermerhorn third. Here comes Truitt running fourth on the outside rail. He puts Chris Weber in his side sight. Just about to the halfway mark. And Justin Berg's got some problems in the 75. Furr's going to let the whole field go by. Warthan has now back to a 10-car advantage. Then it's Gilster, Schermerhorn, Truitt, and Weber. Some of the big-time horses are on the move. Dave Truitt will try to knock down the Great Northern Sportsman Series championship tonight. Now he's going to go to work on Schermerhorn to the inside, but on the brakes he goes. There's Gilster still there. '75 Justin Berg going off in turn 3. 9 to go, past the halfway mark. A lot of single-file Sportsman racing. Sauter and Toma have a good 2x2 battle going on there in turn 4. Nicias has problems. He's behind the retaining wall of the 5 car, off the pace. Warthan, Gilster, Truitt. Truitt's on the hammer. This is the part of the race where Dave Truitt will stop playing cat and mouse and start taking advantage and passing people. Truitt all over the back end of Danny Gilster, trying to reel in the 23 car. Schermerhorn waiting to see what those two do. Quick time qualifier, Chris Weber inside the top 5, and it's going to be Luck and Humfeld. Here comes Truitt to the inside, a former track champ, Danny Gilster. He bobbles in 4. Dave Truitt in front of Gilster, but does he have enough time to catch Brad Warthan? Truitt would love to win Oktoberfest on the night he would be crowned Great Northern Sportsman Series champ. Brought to you by Dean Satellite. The hand says 5. Here comes Scott Luck now. He gives the quick time qualifier Chris Weber a tap from behind, saying, here I come. Randy Humfeld, the Cross Speedway champion, goes to the inside of Luck. 5th, 6th, and 7th place, all right down in front of you. Four to go. Brad Warthan feels a celebration coming on. Championship Thursday. Brad Warthan 20 points behind Randy Humfeld. We got rained out. He didn't get the race. But I think that rain out's going to go all the way in the back of his mind if he can cross that stripe 2 more times. Dave Truitt is on the prowl. Gilster 3rd, Schermerhorn bobbles in 4th out of turn 4. Scott Luck on the top 5. Randy Humfeld and Chris Weber are swapping positions back and forth. Dave Truitt has cut into the lead of Bad Brad Warthan. He's got it down to 6 car lengths, but the laundry's out, 1 to go. What a weekend this would be for Brad Warthan, watching his championship hopes go by the wayside. He comes out to Oktoberfest and leads almost every single lap, The checkered flag is out. How about it for Brad Warthan?
Brad Warthan, what an incredible race he ran tonight, I'll tell you.
Bad Brad Warthan got the checkered flag. What else did you get?
The Oktoberfest race weekend feature win.
There it is. Lean that way so Greg Oliver can see there's a Great Northern Sportsman Series logo right there. 2017. What are you going to do with this?
You know?
Is that like full of sweat or is that a new one?
No, Greg brought that to me Sunday. He forgot to give that to me up on stage with all the fiasco going on. So that's
nice.
I think it's a neckband, or it could be a headband. I mean, I don't know. Here, let's try it out. Here.
Put the hat back on. All righty, that's all we have the time for Bad Brad Warthan. When we come back, we're going to show you some more racing from Oktoberfest Race Weekend next on KQEG TV.
You don't have to fly to Kansas City to get great barbecue. Or you don't have to drive down to Des Moines to get great pulled pork too. If you want ribs, the best in town, pulled pork or chicken too, just come on down for the best food in town at Big Boar Barbecue.
Hi, this is Jerry Byer, and I'm pleased to announce the opening of our new location. We're bringing our delicious ribs, pulled pork, and brisket to the north side of La Crosse. Now, if you live on the north side and you want delicious barbecue ribs, pulled pork, or brisket, now you'll find our Big Boar Cook Shack parked on the corner of George and Gillette Street every Wednesday through Sunday. We're just a short walk from your door. So come on over and sink your teeth into the barbecue voted best in La Crosse County. Don't forget takeout. Big Boar Barbecue. Now that's a mouthful.
Yeah.
Whatever your perfect temperature, you'll enjoy consistent comfort with the heating and air conditioning systems homeowners rank #1. American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning.
Carey Heating and Air Conditioning, your residential specialists, providing Cooley Region families with perfect indoor weather all year long. Call for your free estimate today, 608-782-0977. Have you tried the great lunch buffet at Pizza Hut? Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1:30, Pizza Hut in La Crosse and Winona offers you an all-you-can-eat lunch buffet for just $5.99. All the salad, pasta, breadsticks, and of course, delicious piping hot pizza you can eat. How about dinner? Don't get up, get online and get a large 2-topping pizza for just $7.99. It's the best pizza delivery deal at your La Crosse and Winona Pizza Hut. Call for delivery or order online. Pizza Hut.
Welcome back, Simmers Racing, KQEG TV, brought to you by Big Boar Barbecue. Brad Warthan is just going to sit in for the remainder of the program. Paul Reichert, myself, Dan Diker. Rugged May did it again. First time she ever raced lacrosse was a Tundra Late Model Series 2 or 3 years ago. Never made a pass on the inside. She ran the whole race on the outside, and Paul, she did it again on the outside but in a truck.
Yes, that Tundra Magic from 2014 came back, and man, she had to hold off 2 big dogs in James Swan and then Chris Weinkoff, who was in the Levon's truck. That was a pretty impressive drive.
Here's the drive right now.
Forward, things getting rather dicey from third on back right now. That was lap number 11. All of them led so far by Regan May, the former Golden Sands Speedway champion, former Tundra Super Late Model Series Rookie of the Year, continuing to pace the field here in the Midwest Truck Series over the current point leader. Swan taking a look down to the inside again this time at turn number 2. Can he make the run down the backstretch? Swan victorious back here in June. Looking to go for the lacrosse sweep, but May shuts the door again, going into 3 and 4. Halfway home this time by. Weinkoff has made another move, and so has Jeremy Leapak. Weinkoff to 4th, Leapak now up to the 5th spot. They'll start to put some pressure on Ross Christensen. He'll slide it right back down to the inside group to try to keep that spot sealed off as May again sees that 97 growing in the rearview mirror. Swan continuing to look inside on Regan May, has yet to try to take it to the top side, and now Jeremy Leapak's ready to make a move. Leapak sliding down to the inside of Christensen, right behind Weinkoff, so Weinkoff to third, Leapak to fourth. This truck normally driven by Levon Vandergeest, now with Weinkoff behind the wheel, and it is on a tear. Up to third with Leapak now closing in. It will be a four-truck battle for the lead. Weinkoff looking inside. Swan sees some pressure coming. He looked to the inside, but once again, Regan May is able to escape. And now here comes Leapak taking a look down low. Nothing there, so he'll take it topside. Can he be a high side hero this time at turn number 4? Here comes Jeremy Leapak. Leapak cruising around the outside of Weinkoff. They go side by side for the third spot. Now rolling down the backstretch, but Weinkoff with a little bit of a better run. Able to edge back ahead, going into 3 and 4. Leapak again with a high side hustle. What has he got going on this time at turn number 4? Can he make the run? Leapak again, able to charge on the outside. Just 6.5 left in this one, and James Swan has been all over the tailgate of Regan May. Hasn't been able to make the move just yet as Leapak swings right around the outside. He's up to third. Weinkoff trying to hold on now. Swan getting ready to make his move as he dives down to the inside at 3 and 4. May trying to slam the door shut as they come out of turn number 4. It'll be 5 to go this time. May still holding on. Swan had opened it up. They're still side by side for third. Leapak on the outside, Weinkoff on the inside. Nothing to settle that one. Suddenly Sam Mayer is also making up some ground in the one truck. He's up to 6th. Regan May seeking her very first Midwest Truck Series feature win. Would do it at the place she picked up her first ever Super Late Model feature win. That was here at the Tundra race back in 2014. Can she hold off James Swan for 3 more? Leapak fading a bit on the outside. Weinkoff in a third. Does he have something left here in the final 3 circuits? Swan continuing to wait to make his move. Very patiently sitting back in the second spot. Might slide down to the inside this time. Still can't make the move though. Weinkoff again down to the inside. He wasn't able to make a move either. Prime real estate down on the bottom line here in the final lap and a half. Who's going to get there? Who's going to be able to seal it off? Now Swan takes a look to the outside as the white flag flies. 1 to go, and here comes Weinkoff. Weinkoff to the inside, bottoms out, but he's going to take the second spot away. Swan back to third. Does Weinkoff have a pass here? In the final set of turns, they roll through 3 and 4. Regan May keeps it down low. Checkered flags fly. Weinkoff to the inside, but Regan May holds on.
So Regan May has won in a Super Late Model at lacrosse and now in a truck. Not many can say that they've done that in the past. And man, she was happy on stage with Matt Panier. That's going to do it for the program this week. We've got more champions and a lot more Oktoberfest race video coming your way over the next 2 weeks. Keep it right here in KQEG TV1 again. Congratulate a good friend of mine, Bad Brad Warthan, second in points this year. That right there made a rain out Thursday night a little bit much better.
Yeah. Too bad you didn't see the I'm Not Racing Club photo that Randy Humfeld had.
Oh, I did. I saw it on Snapchat with a red arrow here and here and here and here. It was pretty funny. We're going to try to get Randy and Bachman on here in the next couple of weeks as well. That's going to do it for this week's program. For Bad Brad Warthan and Paul Reichert, I'm Dan Diker. Billy Doc Niles might be back next week unless they ship him out to Pennsylvania. Until then, eat a lot of Big Boar barbecue because we are. This is Seven Rivers Racing.
You've been watching the Big Boar Barbecue presentation of Seven Rivers Racing on KQEG TV. Seven Rivers Racing is brought to you by Big Boar Barbecue on Highway 16 West Salem and downtown La Crosse. Big Boar Barbecue, Now that's a mouthful. By Carey Heating and Air Conditioning, your residential specialists on La Crosse's north side. By Pizza Hut in La Crosse and Winona. Pizza Hut. Join us next week at this same time for Doc and Dan and Seven Rivers Racing on KQEG TV.